There's a new street fighter on your windowsill. The weapon is peace, the word is chill.
Hello Marvel Legends and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour. Look at this insane jacket. It looks like I'm using active camouflage to blend in with the background. It almost looks like there's just this floating head here displaying the video. Right, what are we doing? The top 10, I forgot what I was doing. The top 10 Marvel Legends that are gonna be big in Phase 5, because right now we are balls deep in Phase 4, and it's a good time to be alive. WandaVision smashed it out of the park. Captain America and the Winter Soldier Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I keep getting that wrong, is killing the game. And they're introducing a bunch of characters who it's like we weren't even expecting to see. It's like, oh, hey, here's this guy, here's that guy. No spoilers. But what is coming up in Phase 5? That's going to be the big one. And already there's rumors, rumblings, there's things literally happening. So what Marvel Legends are going to be featured in the upcoming Phase 5? Well, these are my predictions. Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a quick editor's note while that other guy in the garish jacket is just blithering on. Phase 4, Phase 5, I completely lose track. So we are in Phase 4 right now, but some of the movies I'm mentioning are Phase 5 movies or Phase 4 movies, because I'm just thinking like Phase 4 is all TV shows, but it's not, obviously. Yeah, there are movies in Phase 5 as well, or Phase 4. See, I'm confusing myself again. So don't worry too much if, you think like, wait a minute, Dave, you're talking about a Phase 4 movie, but you're calling it a Phase 5 movie. I don't know. Numbers are hard. Also, Shang-Chi. We know he's got a film coming out. Like, we're getting merchandise for it already. So how did I not mention him? Well, pretty easily. I just didn't. And then Kang the Conqueror. Oh my goodness. The main bad guy in Ant-Man 3, from what I understand, again, has been cast. Like, we know this is a big thing. Did I mention him? No. So, two huge omissions there. And then a couple of other characters I throw in just for random speculation with no rumors at all. And I'm like, I could have just used two characters that we already know for a fact are going to be appearing. But hey, no one ever accused me of being a well-researched YouTuber. I just kind of open my mouth and let things come out my word hole. And yeah, with that in mind, enjoy the show. So first of all, let's see. I've got them all out here in front of me. Yes! Coming up soon, we have the Eternals movie. We've got some of the figures that have been previewed already. This is the first Marvel movie where I don't know anything about these characters, but what I do know is that we're getting Black Knight on the silver screen. Now, I think he's being played by Kit Harington. Is that right? I think the dude's like, they were like, Game of Thrones, swords and sorcery will make him Black Knight. And of course, in Eternals, Black Knight, from what I've seen from the promo footage, well, there's no footage, but images, it doesn't look like this classic Black Knight, but still, Black Knight seems to feature, can I say Black Knight one more time? Black Knight. And this is a character who is actually quite a sought after Marvel legend already. Not like insanely expensive, but he's not that easy to come by. I had to go to AliExpress to get this one, and it was actually pretty much retail price, slightly more. But the fact I had to go through AliExpress means that like he's not that readily available. Yeah, he comes with 3 different heads, which is just awesome. 2 heads are better than 1, 3, and it's just like, wow, Hasbro, you're really spoiling us. What figure have you scrimped out on to be so generous? But yeah, this is my favorite head-helmet combination. Ooh, misses. I think this is actually the villainous-looking Black Knight helmet with the big sort of Batwing look. I pose him with Juggernaut and Punisher to recreate the Punisher kill crew. So he should have, I think, the more heroic helmet, but this is the more interesting visual one. So I go for that. But yeah, I love this Black Knight figure. The body is the Dread Knight body, which is used on the Green Goblin a lot as well, with the scales on there. I love his little tunic, little piece here. There's so much good stuff going on. Got the big old broadsword. It's a really cool figure. I dig Black Knight, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of him in the MCU, which is just so exciting. Now, that was an easy one, because we know that Black Knight is featuring in Eternals, I think. Am I right? Or did I just dream that? I'm pretty sure. I should have checked that before making this video, but hey, we're here now. Now, this next one is just wild speculation on my part, and that is Absorbing Man. I know. You're saying, Dave, you've already had Absorbing Man in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, the character has appeared. Crusher Creel is already in the MCU. That's cute. No one cares about about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Even the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. don't care about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know technically they haven't done anything. No, they have. I was going to say they haven't done anything to retcon that TV show, but they pretty much have, because the later episodes are like set in the future and they ignore the blip. I think they just went like, look, no one really cares about whether or not this ties into the MCU. Let's just do our own thing. So therefore, I'm calling it now. Nothing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon. As far as I'm concerned, Agent Coulson is still pushing up daisies in the MCU. Even though I do really like the character and the actor. But still, that means that characters like Absorbing Man, I think, in the MCU are fair game. And I would love to see Absorbing Man done right on the big screen with all the crazy special effects to really bring his powers to life. And even give an excuse to maybe give us a new Crusher Creel figure as well. Because while I do like this Build-A-Figure, because he's big and huge and chunky, there's so much more they could have done. It's fun that he has, obviously, the concrete arm here and the metal arm here. That's really cool. But they could have done so much more with the legs as well. I would have loved to have seen like brickwork legs, or just anything to make him more Absorbing Man-y. Still, that sounds like the Spanish Absorbing Man. I'm Absorbing Man-y. But yeah, the way that they've got the face transforming here as well, there's some really cool stuff. Like, this is a decent Build-A-Figure, but I just feel they could have done more with it, and I would love to see that. Almost as much as I would love to see Crusher Creel properly in the MCU. Right, coming up next, again, just wild speculation on my part. I'm going to say, I've dropped one of his skulls. I've dropped both of his skulls. Dormammu, the master of what dimension? I don't know, he's the master of some sort of dimension. We've seen him once already. Let me see if I can find where I dropped his skull. Oh, yeah, here it is. He has another skull up on the shelf, but I'm like, I'm not going to fish that out. I love translucent skulls. Oh my God. Skulls? Awesome. Translucent things? Yeah. So translucent skulls? Yeah, that's 100% winner. Now, the only problem is these skulls are not designed to fit in his hands, which is really annoying. So they you can just about wedge them in there. But if you imagine, just with the power of the mind, that he's holding another skull in the other hand, how cool would that look? It would look really cool. Should have done it for the video, but what are you going to do? I love this Dormammu figure. So bright, so colourful. And yes, so we saw him once in Doctor Strange. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. I just never understood, why Dormammu just kept on killing him instantly. Yeah, he was dying all the time, but they were always pretty instant, painless deaths. Dormammu could have quite happily gone, okay, you're going to be here with me? Great! I'll just torture you for eternity. That'll change your tune pretty quickly. But no, he just kept on, pinky flicking him to death. And it was like, for an evil entity, you're not thinking very evil. But he could have another do-over. We've got Doctor Strange in the Mouth of Madness coming up. Or not the Mouth of Madness, Multiverse of Madness. I was thinking of Sam Neill there. But yeah, I'm sure, I feel it in my bones that we're going to get more Dormammu coming up in the MCU in the future. And I hope so, because yeah, we have had Dormammu, but it was just a floating head. It wasn't that exciting. I'd love to see more Dormammu. And I got a feeling, ooh, that we're going to get some more Dormammu. So that's 3 characters that I think are going to be big in Phase 5. But that's not all. While we're sticking with our spooky boys, and we're going to get quite spooky, I'm saying it now, Brother Voodoo. Because it's been well established in the MCU that we have all the different, mystic sanctums around the world. There are different mystic arts practitioners, and Brother Voodoo would be a great addition to the lineup. I forget his other name. He goes by other names in the comics, but he has been the Sorcerer Supreme. He's taken over for Doctor Strange on at least one occasion. So he's a big money player, and it would be great to see a little bit more diversity in the MCU cast. Give this guy an actual featured role, and also just Voodoo's cool, and this guy has just some awesome looks to him. He's a badass looking guy, and from what I've read in the comics, like, he's a very likable character as well. He has kind of at least when I was reading him in the Uncanny Avengers, I think it was, he has like sort of a psychic link, or like he's being haunted by the spirit of his brother as well. So it's almost like a buddy cop kind of thing, where his brother, who I think is a bit more sort of cantankerous and not as nice as he is, kind of haunting him. It's a really fun, interesting kind of dynamic, and I think would work really well in an MCU setting. So I would love to see me some Brother Voodoo in Phase 5. Now, going back to one that's not wild speculation, but like, we know it's a happening and it's sounding good. Moon Knight. Oh me meow. Oscar Isaacs playing Moon Knight. He's posting all these videos online of him, getting into Moon Knight shape, and he looks like he's like seriously taken this. Some actors, and I love it when they do that, like, this is the role I've got. I am going to go ham in getting ready for this. And we've seen Oscar Isaac like doing insane training, doing jiu-jitsu, rolling on the mat. I think he's going to bring a real brutality to Moon Knight, and that's really cool. I just seen that I've dropped one of his sickles, which is always my worst nightmare. So I'm going to pause this while I find his sickle. Whew. All right, I found it. Any long-time viewers of mine will know about the horror and the trauma of the sickle incident. We don't need to go back to that. And I know that, like, every time I lose one, I say to myself, I should just not display him with the sickles. I should just display him with the one big one. It's so much less stressful. But if I do that, the sickles win. And I won't allow that because he looks so cool holding all three. I live my life in constant torment that he's going to drop one. And then I'll be like, well, in my mind, this Moon Knight figure is now worthless, because it's missing one sickle, therefore it's not complete, therefore I might as well just throw it in the bin. I don't want that to happen, but that's kind of where we are now. But just stay there and don't drop the sickles. But anyway, as I was saying, Oscar Isaacs playing Moon Knight, that movie, is it a movie or is he playing Moon Knight appearing in something? I think it's a standalone Moon Knight movie, which would be awesome, because Moon Knight is a wicked character. He's basically Batman, but just kind of mental, which is just so much fun. I mean, Batman is completely nuts himself, but Moon Knight has all these different personalities inside his head, which makes it so much more fun. So Moon Knight is a great character, and this figure is a beautiful figure, and B, pretty readily available. So I say 100% go get yourself a Moon Knight, because this dude's going to be big in Phase 5. Right, now this next one, again, wild speculation on my part, all right? But I'm calling it now. Man-Thing. I feel it in my bones that Man-Thing is going to be a player in Phase 5. We've not seen any hints of Man-Thing yet, I don't think. But he is a big icon, staple character in Marvel Comics. The giant-sized Man-Thing, it's a way of life. You gotta respect the guy. And this is, he's not just a big, green, hulking Swamp Thing type character. I mean, yeah, he is. But he's also the controller of the nexus of realities, or something along those lines, which I'm not entirely sure about. Someone help me out here. But that's kind of Man-Thing's thing, is that he can not only teleport, he can teleport. When he was in the Thunderbolts, he was like their mode of transport. He would teleport them everywhere. But also, he is this nexus. My brain keeps saying nexus realities, so that must be some kind of connection there. Either way, the multiverse, you see where I'm going here? Doctor Strange, multiverses, Man-Thing, that's his remit. That's what he's all about, is multiverses, teleporting, different dimensions, this and that. He was a big player in not Heroes Reborn, but Heroes Return. He was palling around with Franklin Richards a lot, that's easy for me to say. And he was kind of facilitating the heroes coming back to our reality, or the 616. So yeah, I'm calling it Man-Thing, big money player. Now then, that one is not even rumoured, but one that is 100% happening, which we know is happening, is Blade, the Daywalker, who has just dropped his sword. I'm going to pause this while I look for it. As I was saying, Blade, the Daywalker. with his sword, being played by the guy who played Cottonmouth in the Luke Cage show. And that's an interesting one, that they've recast someone who has already appeared for Marvel. And it's funny, I mentioned that a few episodes ago. I say a few, like several hundred probably. And I was like, that's the first time they've done that. And loads of people were like, well, actually, they had this person who then played that person, and that person then played that person. So it's not unprecedented for an actor to be changing roles within the MCU. But it's kind of cool that they're doing this. And also, I'm feeling like the Netflix shows, they're obviously not completely canon, but they are kind of sometimes. It's all over the place, really. There's rumors that Charlie Cox's Daredevil is going to be in the new Spider-Man movie. That's kind of hearsay at the moment, but you just don't know. And it would have been really easy for me to just list off like Daredevil, Punisher, and just say these guys are going to be big in Phase 5. And maybe they will, but that's a little bit lazy. That's also why I'm not doing the Fantastic Four, because we know it's coming. We don't know when, but we know it's coming. But Blade, yes, we know that. Timber. I'm just going to move these guys off to the side. Luckily, those are big chunky ones that aren't going to drop sickles everywhere. So Blade is going to be big in Phase 5, and the actor who's playing him is a boss as well. He's really great. We need a new Blade figure because this one is kind of old now. The Man-Thing wave is doing well for this video. But yeah, I do love this figure because he's got his silver stakes here, and he's got his stakes around his chest as well. Those are really, really cool. But yeah, we could do with a new one, a trench coat one. Yeah, come on, little Wesley Snipes style. I always loved Wesley Snipes' interpretation of Blade. There are worse things out tonight than vampires. He always seemed like he was really relishing what he was doing, except for Blade 3, where you could see he was totally phoning it in. But especially the original Blade, everything he said was like, I'm really enjoying this. Worse things out tonight than vampires.
There are worse things out tonight than vampires.
Like what?
Like me.
It's a bad night for all suckheads. It's like, he just had a great time. He reminded me of Dennis Reynolds in Always Sunny, where he's like, I'm just a guy who totally just got off right now.
Then who the hell are these people?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
What? You did? Are you serious? Just during this?
Woohoo! Big time, yeah.
It's like you enjoy killing vampires a little too much. But yeah, this is a fun little figure, but we could totally do with an updated Blade. But I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this guy in Phase 5, and it's probably going to be pretty glorious. Right, now then, I did say I'm not going to I said I'm not going to cover the Fantastic Four because we know. And also X-Men are coming. But the rumor is that they're going to phase them in slowly. There's not going to be one big boom, it's the X-Men movie. But they're going to start to introduce a mutant here, a mutant there. And with that in mind, we have Rogue. And the rumor, and again, it is just rumor and scuttlebutt, but that's what we love talking about, is rumor and scuttlebutt, is that Rogue is going to be maybe not the villain, but certainly a money player in the Miss Marvel or the Captain Marvel sequel. Sorry, not Miss Marvel, because there's Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, both of whom are going to be big characters. I should have done Miss Marvel because obviously she's got her film coming out, but I actually don't have a Miss Marvel figure, so there you go. And I only just thought of it now. But yeah, Rogue is rumored to be the villain, or at least a main character in the new Captain Marvel movie, because of course in the comics, that's where Rogue gets her strength and flight from, is from stealing it from Captain Marvel and essentially putting her in a coma or trapping her in her head. Or anyone who's watched the horrible X-Men cartoon-ish episode where Rogue's like, get out of my head. We all have scars from that, and I think my ears are still ringing from that. But still, Rogue should be a big money player for Captain Marvel. Hopefully, we don't know, but that's what the rumor in the scuttlebutt says, so that's what I'm going to go with. I think now that I've counted it in my head, I have 11 characters. But look, you get an extra character, a bit more bang for your buck. So, this is just complete speculation on my part now, this next one. Not based off of any rumor or anything, but it's kind of what I would like to see is Joe Fixit. Because, think about it, we've had Savage Hulk, we've had Smart Hulk, we haven't had Joe Fixit Hulk. And the thing is, Mark Ruffalo, we love Mark Ruffalo. He's just a likable guy. He's a great addition to the MCU, but also, like, he's getting on a bit. Like, he's not old, but, you know, he's got the salt and pepper in the hair, and, you know, they need to kind of, I think, change things up. And we're kind of putting all the Avengers from phases 1 to 3 on the back burner, it would seem. But Hulk is that great kind of character where, being a predominantly CGI creation, you can do whatever you want with him, he can be whatever you want him to be, and also he can evolve and change and be completely different. Hence, Grey Joe Fixit Hulk, I think, would be a great addition to a new Avengers movie, or another side character for Phase 5. Because, yeah, like I said, we've had these different versions and iterations of the Hulk, but we haven't had the articulate, mean-tempered, badass Joe Fixit. I know people argue when I'm saying this that this figure is not Joe Fixit. This figure is first appearance Hulk. But come on! You know what I'm talking about here, all right? Don't second guess me on my channel. So yeah, I think that would be really, really fun. Wild speculation as opposed to any kind of actual proof or rumor or anything. But just saying that when you see MCU Marvel announce that Joe Fixit is coming to the silver screen, you heard it here first. That's all I'm saying. And the thing is, I'm not even going to be arrogant about it. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I know I called it. It's no big deal. It happens. Right. Is that... No. I got two more, which will take us to like 10 or 11. So my next one, again, this is rumor. Based on like some rumor here and there. Plus, it gives me an excuse just to get this figure out again. Of course, it is my favorite Marvel legend. Well, the Ghost Rider bike. But of course, the person who rides the Ghost Rider bike is the Ghost Rider. And there have been so many rumors and scuttlebutt that we're going to get a new Ghost Rider. Because again, going back to my argument with the absorbing man and whatnot, is that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yes, we had Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We had the newer version of Ghost Rider. But we're like saying, like, no, we don't have to adhere to that canon. We're going to have classic Ghost Rider, who has a real hard time gripping his flaming chain, which is a shame because it's a badass accessory. But, I mean, you guys have heard me wax lyrical and bang on and give out about how much I adore this Ghost Rider figure. So great. Plus, I've given him the Terminator's shotgun there. How cool is that? That works really well, I think. So yeah, I think that there's even been rumors so far to suggest that, like, maybe even Keanu Reeves might be playing the Ghost Rider, which is just like, oh, take my money. Of course, that is literally just internet scuttlebutt, but it's fun scuttlebutt. And sometimes scuttlebutt pays off. Can I say scuttlebutt one more time? Scuttlebutt. So, will we see a new Ghost Rider? Who knows? But it seems very likely. Marvel are really opening the doors to their kind of spooky, kooky kind of characters. That's why there was so much anticipation in WandaVision for Mephisto. Because they're like, oh, is that Mephisto? Is that Mephisto? Mainly because Mephisto being introduced would introduce a whole new level of hell and demons and dimensions, and would be so much fodder for awesome characters like Ghost Rider. So hopefully we will see Ghost Rider in Phase 5. And finally, my last addition for my speculative Phase 5 big deals is, of course, Doctor Doom. Oh, yeah. Now, look, okay, I said I'm not going to mention the Fantastic Four because that's too easy. And yeah, it is. And also it means I have to take 4 figures off of my shelves, and that's just going to take a long time, and come on, get out of here. It's not like I'm doing anything else, though. But still, Doctor Doom can stand alone, because also, that's such a Doctor Doom phrase, Doom stands alone. But yeah, Doom doesn't even have to necessarily be an exclusively Fantastic Four bad guy. Like, maybe he can, debut in the Fantastic Four, but, I could easily see Doom being just the big bad for Phase 5, 6, 7, you name it. That's the exciting thing about the MCU right now, is we don't know what direction they're going to go in, or how they're going to structure their movies and phases going forward. Are they going to sort of repeat the pattern of the first 3? Are they going to do something completely different? With the TV shows taking off so much, and the last year kind of showing a whole new model for delivering media, we don't know what they're going to do. But whatever they're going to do, it will involve Doom. Hopefully, because Doom is the franchise. He really is. And that's why he has not 1, but two gorgeous figures that came out last year. I still love the colourful retro one with all the accoutrements and extras. But yeah, Doom, that's not even me being some amazing prognosticator. Like, of course, Doom is going to be massive in the future, and I cannot wait to see it, because finally, to see a good Doctor Doom on screen, oh gosh, could you imagine? And also, don't cast Mads Mikkelsen. Why? Of course he would be great. He would be an amazing Doom, but just give other people a chance. You know, the whole reason that Mads Mikkelsen is a thing is because someone gave him a chance on Bond, you know? The whole reason Benedict Cumberbatch gets cast in everything is because at one point he wasn't cast in anything and someone said, let's give this guy a chance. So I don't want to see another person who's like, oh, that guy's perfect for that role, get cast. I want to see someone who is like, I've never heard of that guy. Let's give him a try. No one had heard of Tom Holland until he got cast as Spider-Man. Okay, maybe actually people had. Again, that's me speaking for everyone. I had never heard of Tom Holland, therefore no one had. Maybe they had. And who the hell was Robert Downey Jr.? Never worked before until Iron Man, I tell ya.
Hey Dave, hear me out on this, okay? Do you think that maybe, just maybe, the reason why Disney won't cast Mads Mikkelsen as Doctor Doom is, and bear with me on this, is because he's already played the main villain in Doctor Strange. You know, the movie you've watched several times. You dumb son of a bitch.
So guys, that is my prognostication as to what we are going to see in Phase 5, who the big money players are going to be. And I love doing these videos because there's no right or wrong. It's just ideas and thoughts and assumptions. Although I'm sure I said some wrong stuff about so-and-so has been cast in what and this is that and blah-de-blah. But besides that, there's no wrong. So guys, thanks so much for watching. What are you most excited for in Phase 5? Who do you think we're going to see? Who do you think the big money players are going to be? And what are your expectations, hopes, dreams, fears for Phase 5? Comment below, let me know. And of course, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share and subscribe buttons. And also go over to my sister channel, Displaying Miscellaneous Behaviour, where you can see me talk about anything that is not action figure related, like video games, movies, comic books, pro wrestling, you name it, it will be on there. Link in the description below. And if you really enjoyed this, then go over to patreon.com/displaying model behavior. Throw a few shekels my way, helps keep the lights on. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cheers.